Holy fuck. That scared the shit out of me. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new, welcome. Today we are going to be watching Jaws. I know that it is directed by Steven Spielberg. I know that we don't see much of the shark. The music in this is very, very well known. With the dun 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 dun. And I know people were scared to go into the water after seeing this. But other than that, I really don't know much about it. Um, I know it takes place on Independence Day, or at least that's what I heard or read one year when I was gonna do a Independence Day movie and stuff, and for some reason Jaws came up, and I'm like, really, Jaws on Independence Day? That doesn't make sense. But I figured Jaws was a good movie to wrap kind of everything up for the month of October with the Halloween movies um, and stuff. As, if you guys have noticed, there's a lot of uh, famous movies I just haven't seen because I typically stay away from the horror genre in general just because I don't like being scared. But I gotta say, with the movies that I've watched this year, or horror and stuff like that, I'm finding that these movies are actually pretty good, and they're not as scary as I thought they would be. So I'm I'm really liking the horror genre and that type of stuff, and I kind of wish I had dived into it a little bit sooner and when I was a little bit younger than I actually am, because I am actually enjoying the movies that I'm watching, um, and they're so iconic and stuff like that that um, I'm just having a real good time with them. But anyway, this wraps up the Halloween movies for October. So I hope you guys do enjoy um, the reaction to Jaws. And here comes the infamous music. Jaws by John Williams. Can't believe that. John Williams. Directed by Steven Spielberg.
What's your name again?
Chrissy,
Where are we going?
swimming!
Well, she beat you to it.
I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself.
Well, just don't drown, okay? I don't know why I always kind of like shots like this underneath the water and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. And we're getting it from the shark's perspective. That is terrifying. Apparently it hasn't bit her yet though. Because she's not bleeding. I don't see any blood or anything. Wow, that is eerie.
See the kids?
They must be in the backyard.
In Amity, you say yad.
They're in the yard, not too far from the car. How's that?
Making fun.
I got cut. I got hit by a vampire.
What band-aid's gonna cover that? I mean, that's huge. You'd have to get like one of those big band-aids to do that. Like an ace bandage, I think it is. July 4th, I saw.
Somebody could have. I was sort of passed out. She must have drowned. Look, I reported to you, didn't I? Oh, Jesus.
What is that supposed to be? I didn't catch it, Roy. Good look at it.
Seems that the 9-year-olds from the school have been karateing the picket fences.
That's kind of a weird thing that would be happening.
Where do we keep the beach closed signs?
We never had any.
No?
The summer kings come down here in June.
I don't know what the term of use was.
If I can't get service from you, I'm gonna get service.
There's a bunch of Boy Scouts out in April Bay doing their mile swim for their merit badges.
Beach is closed. No swimming. By order of the Amity PD.
How do they know it was a shark attack and she didn't drown? Maybe I missed that.
Amity is a summer town. We need summer dollars. If the people can't swim here, they'll be glad to swim at the beaches Cape Cod, the Hamptons, Long Island.
That doesn't mean we have to serve them up a smorgasbord.
We never had that kind of trouble in these waters.
Well, what else could have done that to that girl?
Boat propeller? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July. Okay, you can take us back now.
I don't know. People will have different reactions to it. Some people will think it's cool. Some people will be fearful. So I don't think it's as big a deal as the movie's trying to make it to be. That's a good dog. Bring back the stick. That's human. That's not a shark. He seems kind of disappointed by it too.
One, I've got some cats parking in front of the house. I can't get down to the office, and that garbage truck next to the office has got to be moved.
He's off in his own little world. He's kind of on autopilot.
Chief Brody, you are uptight. Yes. Come on. That's it.
The movie is really building tension with these close-up shots and then far-away shots and how tense everything is. Oh! Now there's blood. Exactly. I think this movie is going to be kind of hard to edit around the music, to be honest with you.
Alex?
And Alex is the one that got 8.
Alex Kintner is the kid who was missing at the beach. His mother says it wasn't a shark. It's a small story. I'm going to bury it as deep as I can. The ad is going to run in the back.
I'm wondering if he just didn't see the sign or if that was intentional or that was just by happenstance, I guess. My guess is it's just by pure accident.
Are you going to close the beaches?
No.
Yes, we are.
Wow, that changed my expectation. I thought they would say
Only 24 hours.
I thought they would say the beaches are still gonna be open. I really hate that sound. And it doesn't have to be nailed on a chalkboard, it just has to be chalk on chalkboard. I hate that sound.
$10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
$10,000 to kill this thing.
Take it under advisement.
I'm very curious because they're making the logical decision to close the beach. I mean, very early on. So how is this going to play out? To do what they're doing, which is to do research and that type of thing, and to actually kill this thing, I think is where this story is headed.
Get out of that boat!
Dad! Just a little longer, please!
Martin, it's his birthday tomorrow.
I don't want him on the ocean.
He's not on the ocean. He is in a boat. He's not going to go in the water. I don't think he'll ever go in the water again after what happened yesterday.
Doesn't matter. What matters is the shark
Fools, you know,
gonna
before he goes out
attack
on
the
his
boat.
own.
Exactly.
We better catch something. This is my wife's holiday roast. Don't worry about it. $3,000 buys an awful lot of roast.
I wonder what $3,000 would be in today's money. Wow, that's not strong enough to hold it though. Is he gonna get eaten or is he gonna drown? He made it.
Help me get those guys out of the boat, will you please? Sure. With me.
Gentlemen, the officer asked me to tell you that you're overloading that boat. Then can you tell me if there's a good restaurant or hotel on the island?
You walk straight ahead.
Walk straight ahead.
Who are you? Matt Hooper. I'm from the Oceanographic Institute. Well, I think the best thing for me to do is to see the remains of the first victim, the girl on the beach.
Okay, fine. Just bear with me, will you?
Sure.
Thanks.
Are there remains of her? Don't know if there would actually be remains of her or not.
$8,000 divided 4 ways is what?
Throw a stick of dynamite in the water?
Christine Watkins, female Caucasian.
Yeah, here's where we have it.
Probable boating accident. Height and weight of the victim can only be estimated from the partial remains. Torso has been severed in mid-thorax. There are no major organs remaining. Right arm has been severed above the elbow with massive tissue loss in the upper musculature. Partially denuded bone remaining. The left arm, head, shoulders, sternum, and portions of the rib cage are intact. The enormous amount of tissue loss prevents any detailed analysis. However, the attacking squalus must be considerably larger than any normal squalus found in these waters. Now, this is not a boat accident. It wasn't any propeller. It wasn't any coral reef. And it wasn't Jack the Ripper.
Well, that much is obvious. What I mean by that is Jack the Ripper, because Jack the Ripper would be dead by now. Although he was using sarcasm, so I just thought I'd say that.
Just like in high school, 1 row kneeling, 1 row standing. Come on, just get out of the way. Already. Can you get that, please? It's this bite radius crap. That is a big mouth. Look at it.
All I'm
I'm gonna
trying to
stuff
tell
your
you-
friggin' head in there, man, and find out if it's a man, all right?
I'm gonna stick your head in there to find out.
And the chances that these bozos got the exact
Oh,
shark
now, there's
that
no
killed
other
those two
sharks
people-
like this, is
Martin, no, I'm not saying that this is not the shark. It probably is, Martin. It probably is. It's a man-eater. It's extremely rare for these waters. But the fact is that the bite radius on this animal is different than the wounds on the victim.
Okay, so that clears that up.
I want to be sure. You want to be sure. We all want to be sure, okay? And what I want to do is very simple. The digestive system of this animal is very, very slow. Let's cut it open. Whatever it's eaten in the last 24 hours is bound to still be in there, and then we'll be sure.
I mean, did they catch it within the last 24 hours though?
This is not the time or the place to perform some kind of a half-assed autopsy on a fish. And I am not going to stand here and see that thing cut open and see that little Kentner boy spill out all over the dock.
Alright, so it's been 24 hours since the... less than 24 hours since the boy has been eaten.
Chief Brody,
Yes?
I just found out that a girl got killed here last week. And you knew it. You knew there was a shark out there. You knew it was dangerous. But you let people go swimming anyway.
Not an entire accurate not an entire accurate thing.
But still, my boy is dead now. I wanted you to know that.
I'm sorry, Martin. She's wrong.
No, she's not.
How was your day?
Well,
Is anyone eating this?
No.
but he was going to eventually.
My husband tells me you're in sharks.
When I was 12 years old, my father got me this boat, and I went fishing off of Cape Cod.
and I hooked a scup, and as I was reeling it in, I hooked a 4.5-foot baby thresher shark who proceeded to eat my boat. I'm going to go to the Institute tomorrow and tell them that you still have a shark problem here.
I thought that you told me the shark was caught. And I heard it on the news. I heard it on the Cave Station.
They caught a shark, not the shark. Not the shark that killed Chrissy Watkins. And probably not the shark that killed the little boy.
Could be the same one, it could be a different one. I think it's the same one just for the simplicity of the narrative and stuff like that.
Martin hates boats. Martin hates water. There's a clinical name for it, isn't there?
Drowning.
Yeah, drowning.
Why don't we have one more drink and go down and cut that shark open?
Can you do that?
Can he do that?
I can do anything. I'm the chief of police.
Right, because it was a little bit of a question in my mind. I'm still getting used to everybody's character and what their roles are and stuff like that, so that's still not clear to me a little bit.
Came up in the Gulf Stream from the southern waters. Someone probably threw that in a river.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that the person was actually from that area.
You still got a hell of a fish out there. We gotta find him right now. He's a night feeder.
On the water?
Well, if we're looking for a shark, we're not gonna find him on the land.
How do you know he's a night? Well, I shouldn't say that because he ate a girl at night, and the guy was eating during the day. The boy was eating during the day.
Make much sense for a guy who hates the water to live on an island either.
It's only an island if you look at it from the water.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does kind of make a little bit of sense. That shot was beautiful.
That's Ben Gardner's.
You know him?
He's all banged up. Sure, I know him. He's a fisherman.
Look, Martin, I've got to go down there and check their hull.
What do we got to check for? Don't know that much about boats or marine biology or any of that stuff, guys.
Don't worry, Martin. Nothing's gonna happen.
How do you figure? Teeth? Teeth. Holy fuck. That scared the shit out of me. I was gonna say sharks do actually replace their teeth quite a bit.
Apparently a great white shark has staked a claim in the waters off Amity Island.
I mean, we've already had 3 incidents. 2 people killed inside of a week, and it's going to happen again.
I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you on the ass.
That's very true.
Sick vandalism. Now, I want those little paint-happy bastards caught and hung up by their Buster Browns.
Buster Browns? That's a question mark. I've never heard that before. By the Buster Browns. The only thing that comes to mind that relates to that word is balls. I don't know.
Now, if you fellas are concerned about the beaches, you do whatever you have to make them safe.
Please, get the water.
This is a bad idea. She's got a worried look on her face.
Do me a favor, will you? You and the other guys take the boat and put it in the pond instead.
Shark's gonna get into the pond, isn't it? The shark's right underneath of him.
That we have, in fact, caught and killed a large predator.
Bye.
They see something. The first one's in. First one's to be attacked.
No whistles! No whistles!
What if it's not actually a shark attack like I think it is? Yeah, it's not an actual shark.
You made me do it. Shark! The shark!
See, I was right to call that out earlier.
Hey, you guys okay over there?
Look to your right, dude. Wow. I don't think that's actually gonna help.
He's dead.
No, he's not. He's in shock.
He came close.
I'm gonna sign this voucher so I can hire a contractor. I'm gonna hire Quint to kill the shark. City, these people think you want the beaches open.
I was acting in the town's best interest.
Sign this, and we're gonna pay that guy what he wants.
So you're spinning this in. He's trying to come up with a way to spin this to the press. Well, that helps out. His kids were on the beach too, he said.
This is Matt Hooper.
I know who he is. Just tie me a sheep shack.
I haven't had to pass basic seamanship in a long time. You didn't say how short you wanted it. How's that?
Good, test him.
Give me your hands. You got city hands, Mr. Hooper. You've been counting money all your life.
All right. Hey, I don't need this. I don't need this working class hero crap.
You're not gonna do this aboard the ship, are you, Mr. Quint?
That's why he's doing it now.
Portable shower or monkey cage?
Anti-shark cage.
Anti-shark cage. You go inside the cage. Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark's in the water. Our shark. Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish lady.
I know that song. He's making fun of him. Farewell, my Spanish ladies.
What am I gonna tell the kids?
Tell him I'm going fishing.
Tell him I'm going fishing. I like that line. Tell him I'm going fishing.
Up Pasco. Ring for depth charge. Stand by fire drill. Damage control. Report weather bulletin. Nor'easter coming. Bad news for Madison Avenue.
That's a cool shot. I like that shot a lot.
Oh, hey, oh, in the bottle.
Ho ho ho, and a bottle of rum. That is awesome. Like that transition there.
Keep that chum line going, Chief. We got 5 good miles on him.
Not the same effect. One was a can, one was a paper cup.
Damn it, Martin! This is compressed air.
Well, what the hell kind of a knot was that?
You pulled the wrong one. You screw around with these tanks and they're gonna blow up.
I don't know what that bastard shark's gonna do with it. It might eat it, I suppose.
Yeah, you don't want to play around when you have oxygen tanks. Trust me. I really like that. Every time he tries to take a bite, the line clicks and stuff like that. That's really, really good. Does that actually help? I'm not exactly sure what that does.
I don't know, Chief. I don't know if he's very smart, very dumb. He's got onto the boat. I think he's got onto the boat.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's too easy. He's a smart, big fish. He's got onto the boat.
Maybe a marlin or a stingray, but it's definitely a game fish.
Well, the line snapped.
Marlin, stingray, been through this piano wire. Well, it proves one thing, Mr. Hooper. Proves that you wealthy college boys don't have the education enough to admit when you're wrong. Trick him to the surface. And I jab at him.
Hooper! Full throttle! Don't have to take this abuse much longer.
Hey, your head's bleeding.
Oh boy. I really like that shot though. The entire boat from up above.
Stop playing with yourself, Hooper. Slow ahead, if you please. You heard him. Slow ahead.
Stop playing with yourself.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's a 20-footer.
25. 3 tons on him.
How do we handle this? How do we handle this?
He's circling the boat.
I guess that's how. Locked and loaded.
I need to have something in the foreground to give it some scale. Foreground my ass.
Foreground my ass. Essentially, he wants to use you as bait.
It's the end of this line to the first keg. Gotta get a good shot at that porker's head. Get clear of the barrel. Hooper! Tie it up, will you? Don't screw it up now.
Don't wait for me.
Shoot!
Would that actually work though? To actually bring him up by barrel? I don't know, guys. Like I said earlier, I have no marine experience. Well, they lost him, I think. That was a beautiful shot. Really like that shot too. Just a little bit tighter, a little bit closer up. Now it's nighttime. Really like these shots.
Want to see something permanent? Boom, boom, boom.
Some moray eel. Bit right through my wetsuit.
That's the thresher. You see that?
Wow, that one looks pretty bad.
That one there, on your arm.
Oh, well, it's a tattoo. I got that removed. So, Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis.
I don't get the gravity of the situation.
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. Just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb.
Oh, so
1,100 men went into the water.
so this is
Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent.
so World War II.
They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. And the idea was, shark comes to the nearest man, that man he start pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eye.
Yep, that is true.
He comes at you, doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white, and then... Oh, then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red. In spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in, they rip you to pieces.
Wow, such a vivid picture.
Bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist.
Wow.
Noon the 5th day, Mr. Hooper, Lockheed Ventura. So 3 hours later, a big fat PBY comes down and starts to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So 1,100 men went in the war. 316 men come out. The Sharks took the rest June the 29th, 1945.
They just got respect for him now. The barrel. Yeah, you might want to stop.
Start the engine.
Dave, put out the firewood.
Like that.
All of our injectors got scored from the salt water in the fuel. Yeah, the house is bent. You're gonna...
Why did the shark stop attacking? I'm a little bit confused.
Once again now. Wait. There it is.
You're gonna fall in.
When he runs, you drop that rope or you'll lose your hands. I seen fingers torn out at the knuckle. I'm gonna make a phone call.
To who?
Coast Guard, this is the Orca. Do you read me? Coast Guard, this is the Orca. Do you...
Certifiable. So another barrel is attached.
Bass fish.
There you go.
Now what?
That's a good question.
All right, gentlemen, snag him. Tie him to the stern cleats. That's right, it'll lock itself off. Give him room, Brody. Clear him. Oh! Clear the line.
Dumbass.
Untie us. You pull out the transom.
I can't, he's trying to run!
He's towing us! He's not coming over because of the air canal! We're breaking up!
And water is entering the ship.
Breaking up!
Can't stay down with 3 pounds on it.
Who is gonna win? That's a nice shot right there too. I don't know, guys. I don't know if all 3 of them are gonna survive. I'm starting to think that only one of them is gonna survive, and it's probably gonna be the one with the most education.
Whoever had
So the
one
guy
do this
with
before?
glasses.
I don't know.
He's chasing us, I don't believe it.
Well, you pissed him off.
Wait, don't put that much pressure on him.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad now. Wow. You won, Jim. I think I hear the theme of farewell, Spanish ladies, or farewell to you, Spanish ladies. Right, he's not gonna take one because he doesn't want to be saved or even survive.
Well, I think I can pump 20 cc's of strychnine nitrate into him if I can get close enough.
That shark will put that cage to pieces.
You got any better suggestions?
Exactly. I mean, I completely forgot about the cage, but it's really their only shot now. Yeah, I don't know about that because I would need my glasses to see, guys. I wouldn't be able to actually see anything. I'm very, very, very blind without my glasses. And I'm not joking about that. You could almost technically say that I'm legally blind, even though I'm not, without my glasses, that is. Also, I just want to point out that I don't think he should be doing this alone because what if I think it's called a rebreather, gets knocked out of his mouth? He should always have a buddy. Why isn't the entire cage surrounded in bars like the very top portion is, but then there's a window? Well, put the plan pretty quick. Also, the thing to be concerned about is how much oxygen you're using when you're actually not calm either. That's another thing to be concerned about. You use up way more oxygen if you're not calm. Gotta control your breathing.
Bring him up now!
Except he's not in the cage.
It's giving away!
It's like a double whammy. Actually, a triple whammy because we lost the staff. Punch it in the nose. Punch it in the nose. Will that do anything for how big that shark is? If it does, I'm gonna be impressed. Well, the last line of defense.
Show me the tank.
Oh, he's trying to hit the oxygen tank.
Smile, you son of a...
Quint. No. I used to hate the water.
I can't imagine why.
Now I have officially seen Jaws. And I liked it a lot. More than I thought I would. Is it scary like people say that it is? No, it's not as scary as people say that it is. A lot of people will tell me, oh, it's very scary, and that sort of thing. And to me, it's not that scary. There is that part that made me jump about 10 feet, but that was like the only scary part in it. Is it something that could actually happen to you? Yes. If you went out in the ocean and did it, yeah, it is. I don't see myself going out into the ocean anytime soon. And as long as you don't go into the ocean, it really can't happen to you, I don't think. People may have led me to believe, but it's, for the time, I bet it did scare a lot of people because, like I said in the beginning, a lot of people were scared to go in the water after this. And that's kind of the thought process of going into it. But after watching it, I deem it not that scary. The 4th of July thing that I said in the beginning, it takes place around the 4th of July, but that's all that it is. Of course, there had to be an antagonist not to hire Quint to kill the shark, but once the mayor saw that he put his own child at risk, um he relented and let them hire Quint to actually hunt down the shark. Speaking of Quint, I really liked his character. I liked his backstory, um, and why he won't put on a life vest anymore. I like Mr. Hooper a lot. He was very intelligent, very smart. Um, helped out and trying to make reasonable, decisions and trying to steer them in the right direction. Um, I like Chief a lot. Chief was fun. He 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 was kind of the logical one and stuff like that, and kind of helped make those decisions that Cooper helped out with after he explained things to kind of go along with what Hooper was saying and that sort of thing. So I really liked the chemistry between all three of them. Um, but I liked, when they were when Quint was telling his story, that they actually gained quite a bit of respect for him, and that to actually take him seriously when he's, tells them to do something. The other thing is I like the sea shanty that they sung in this one, or at least Quint did, which is Farewell to You Spanish Ladies, I believe it's called. And the only reason I know that sea shanty is because of Assassin's Creed Black Flag had that in there, and I found myself Googling other sea shanties and that sort of thing when that game came out, and I find myself I'm really, really into um, songs with that where it's just your voice or just kind of instruments in the background just a little bit, but mainly it's mainly just the voice, the power that we have just to use our voice as an instrument of singing, or singing as an instrument. Um, so I really like that. I didn't know that was in this movie, so that was a welcome surprise. Um, I really did like that quite a bit. Um, the other thing that kind of surprised me too about Quint is he kind of laughed at the idea of the shark cage, but I figured he would be okay with it. But apparently by his standards, it is considered new technology, and therefore he kind of looks down upon it like it's not the way to do things. That's kind of the vibe I got from his dismissal um of the cage. I don't know what to call it, the harpoon stick, I guess, or the basically a stick that has the CC nitrate or whatever it's called to stick it into the shark's mouth. That's kind of dangerous in itself. So you're gonna stick yourself in the cage with this nitrate or CC or whatever it is, and hopefully you land it inside the shark's mouth because you're not gonna get it through its skin. And they pointed that out in the movie. But to actually do that, that takes some guts. That takes some courage. That takes a lot of different things. That takes some major, major courage. There was also quite a bit of foreshadowing in this, and I like that a lot. I didn't notice it in the movie because I didn't have never seen this before, but I liked the foreshadowing of um, when he's looking through, basically studying the shark and shark attacks and all that stuff, and you get to see pictures of the book. You get to see that sharks will attack boats when he's, talking about his son Michael's present, and that sort of thing. And then we had a third one too, but I was kind of talking over it. Um, it was when they were talking about um, the pressurized air and stuff, and Quinn had said something that that had said, um, that could possibly kill the shark or something along those lines, but I was talking over it at the time. So there were at least three instances where they foreshadowed what was going to happen in very subtle ways. I believe two of them were visual. One of them was actually spoken, but two of them were visual. So that was kind of interesting to see back in the edit and stuff like that, because I didn't pick up on that when I watched it. This is just a side tangent, but I noticed towards the end of the movie, a lot of people were starting to wear bandanas or headscarves a lot, and I'm starting to believe that headscarves and that sort of thing were just very, very popular in the 70s and that sort of thing. Um, just based on the the amount of it I'm seeing. Just like, hair was big in the 80s, like 80s hair was big. It's like headscarves were very big in the 70s. I don't know, it's just something that I picked up on. I had mentioned it in one of the scenes, but I actually cut that out because I felt like I didn't need to have that in there. I was just going to talk about it, at the end of the video like I'm doing now, but it just seems kind of interesting to me. The other big thing, and I noticed this during the reaction, or I noticed this during the edit, but I actually completely missed the fact that they talked to um the guy that was with Chrissy when she got eaten by the shark, and I had totally missed it for whatever reason. Again, I was talking over an important part of the movie, but then that lets me confused throughout the edit about, when are they gonna how do they know it was a shark attack? How do they know this, that, the other? Well, they talked to the guy that Chrissy was with. I believe his name was John. I believe she said the person's name when she was being attacked. I think his name was John. But yeah, I completely missed that that point. And so for like the first 8 or 9 minutes of the reaction, I'm just like, how do they know this information? How do they know this information? When the chief goes to the store to make more signs, there's a term in there that the guy uses. I can't think of it right now, but it starts with the G. And I don't think I asked you guys in the reaction um, what that word is and what it means because I've never heard that word before. It's just like if you guys watched my Into the Dragon um, video that I basically asked you guys what does edification mean, and I even went so far as to look it up, but I'm probably not going to look up this word that starts with a G in this video. I'll let you guys tell me that in the comments down below if you want to. Um, but I think that's all that I want to cover for Jaws. If there's anything else you want me to talk about or want my thoughts on, just ask me down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to give you my thoughts on something that I didn't cover in this video. Uh, but that does it for me, guys. If you would, just consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.